Dear students, now we are going to study a poem of plus 2 first year of Odisha board, that is Stopping by Oats on a Snow Evening. First of all, we have to know the meaning or the title of the poem. What can be really? In one sentence we can understand or find out the real meaning of the sentence of title, then we can go ahead by step or by line. Stopping means to remain, to stop. By woods, by the side of the woods or near the woods on a snowy evening. Snow falling evening time. In a single line, we can say to stop near the woods during a snow falling evening. Okay. The poem was written by Robert Frost, one of the American poet, was very famous, sometimes also as natural for realistic writing. He was born 1874 and died 1963. Then let us discuss the poem line by line. We can discuss here. Whose words these are, I think I know. Whose words? Who is the owner of the words the poet knows? Very simple line, we can say that the poet think, I know, he knows. The poet knows that. Who is the owner of the words? His house is in the village though the owner's house in the nearby village, he will not see. He will not see me stopping here. He the owner will not see. He will not see me stopping here. The owner of the woods will not see the poet, meaning the poet, to watch his woods fill up with snow. The poet remains there to watch the snow falling woods of the owner. But it is not clear by the owner that someone has stopped at his woods. In simple line, we can describe the stanza that the poet knows the owner of the woods, though he lives in the nearby village. He will not see the poet stopping there. Why does the poet stop there? To watch the woods of the owner, which is filled up with snow. My little horse must think it queer. My little horse. The little horse here is the lovable horse of the poet. My little horse must think it queer. Queer means strange feeling. Queer means strange feeling. The horse feels something strange to stop without a farmhouse near, because the poet stopped without a farmhouse near. It is very clear that the horse is acquainted or accustomed to stop near a farmhouse. As there is no farmhouse, the horse is suspected, the horse is in doubt, the horse feels surprised because they stopped in such a place. There was no farmhouse. Where did they stand? Between the woods and frozen lake. They stopped. Where did they stop? They stopped between the woods and frozen lake. In between there was a woods and also is a frozen lake. The poet stopped there with his horse. The darkest evening of the year. That was the darkest evening of the year. It may be possible that due to the evening time and snowfalling time, maybe winter. So we can call it the darkest evening, no doubt. The poet was in between, in the middle point of the woods and the frozen lake. So we can call it darkest evening. We can come to simple questions. Why does the horse feels surprised? Because they stop at the woods without a farmhouse, as he is maybe acquainted to stop with a farmhouse, near a farmhouse, as there was no farmhouse. The horse feels surprised. After all, they stood between the woods and a frozen lake. Where did they stop? They stopped between the woods and a frozen lake. He gives his harness bell a shake. He, the horse gives his harness bell a shake. I mean, the horse tried to shake his bell to ask if there is some mistake. If there is some mistake, I mean, shaking his harness bell, the horse wants to know whether there is some mistake because he is not sure on the place as he is habituated to stop near a farmhouse. Harness bell means the bell tied around a horse. As the horse is confused, in doubt, in surprise stage, he asks his owner if there is a mistake. I mean to the poet. The only other sounds, the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The only other sound, I mean to say, the poet wants to say that during that period, except the harness bell sound, there is another sound. There is only one sound, that is the sweep sound. What is the sweep sound? Sweep sound is the combination sound of downy flake and easy wind. I mean, slow moving, simply wind, that is downy flake. What does we can call downy flake? When the flakes of snow falls in a small quantity, that is called we can downy flake. I mean, the combination sound of easy wind and downy flake is the sweep sound. So, if you can have the questions, how many sounds were heard during that time? There were only two sounds. One is the harness bell sound, another is a sweep sound. Why does the horse give harness bell a shake? Because the horse wants to know if there is some mistake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep. The woods are lovely. We know it very beginning. If the woods are not lovely, the poet must not step there to enjoy them. The beauty of the nature, the woods, tempts the poet to stop and enjoy there. Also dark and deep. It is very dark, no doubt. As we have already told that it is evening time, snow falling time, so we can call it dark and the deepest part. As they were in the middle of a frozen lake and the woods, we can call it deep also, no doubt. But I have promises to keep. But I, the poet has promised something else that he wants to keep. That means that though the beauty of the woods is attractive and he wants to enjoy them, also he has enjoyed it. But the problem is that he has promised that he wants to keep. Why does he want to keep the promise? Because miles to go before I sleep, miles to go before I sleep. I mean, the poet has to go miles. He repeats the line, miles to go before I sleep, miles to go before I sleep. That very simply mean you can call it. It may be very important for the poet to return, to go back. So he has promised someone to go back maybe. As maybe the distance is more, so he says that miles to go before I sleep, miles to go before I sleep. But he wants to go back as he has promised. For the nature of the beauty attracts him, still he also wants to keep his words, promise, and wants to return. Because every human being is bound to his duty, whatever the situation is. Whatever the situation is, every human being has the duty must to be fulfilled before the last breath. Some extent, some also explain that sleep is nothing but the death. Yes, if we can call it death, then every human has to complete all the duty he has assigned by the God before the last breath. Thank you, students. The poem is over. If anybody has any doubt, you can have the question on the comment box, then I will must respond to you. Thank you, everybody. The audio explanation of this poem also available. You can watch.